Charlie Bonnick here with UCCS Athletics with head coach Lynn Plett after the win against Fort Lewis 75-71. First off, coach, just some comments on the game.
Well, it was tooth and nail. We got off to not a very good start. Kind of played conservative, I thought, and just didn't play with a lot of confidence to begin with. And first quarter was kind of struggling a little bit, but then I felt like really good that our girls kind of buckled down, and by the end of the quarter we were back in it. So, and then it was kind of a rat race the rest of the game.
And like you said, before this game we talked about tempo, and that's going to be one of the major keys. And in that first quarter, you guys were down 8-1, and you took a timeout. And really, what did you say to the team to just kind of calm them down?
I'm not sure I calmed them down, but just tried to reinforce the idea that, hey, you got to relax. We're not getting, we're trying too hard, and we're trying to do things that we don't really need to do. We just need to let the game come to us a little bit more and relax and just quit, trying not to make the silly passes that we were making and trying to force things to happen. And I think there were a couple of players, I don't know if they were thinking about last year or what, but it just seemed like on and off throughout the game, we were hesitant sometimes, and instead of attacking when they'd put some pressure on, we'd be a little bit more conservative than we wanted to be.
And Tori Fisher had a career night at 23 points and 23 rebounds. Now, I got a chance to talk to her, and she really just wanted this game. But what did you see from her? And, did you expect 23 rebounds on this one?
I'm not sure any coach expects 23 rebounds unless you're maybe Dennis Rodman on the floor. But Tori has been so consistent for us all year long. And I know when we met with her at the beginning of the year, she was just so adamant about really having a desire to really have a good senior year. And so it's because she had some injuries in the past, and to put together what she's put together so far has just been great. She's been not only just as a player, but I think she's really one of the vocal leaders that we have on our team. And there's no question that the rest of the team probably has as much respect for her as anybody else on the floor.
And the other thing about this game, like you said, it was a tooth and nail. And going into that fourth quarter, there's a couple of defensive lapses, and your team still got into it. And Jen Veal hit 2 clutch free throws. But going into that, what were you saying there? Was it the composure? And it's still a very young team, only 3 seniors. So how did you deal with that composure with mainly the freshmen?
Well, that was one of the things too. I think hopefully that was a learning experience for us too, because I thought throughout the game, at times we were our worst enemy. And not to discredit Fort Lewis, because they're a very, very good team, but I thought we were just making some mistakes that were just mental mistakes. And at the end, we were still doing a few things like that too, instead of kind of like the last one of those transitions we had, we're okay, let's just go soft, just back off. We're just taking a little bit of time, and all of a sudden they throw the ball over the top to a corner for a three-point shot. And so that happens sometimes. But again, as you kind of attested to too, we were able to come back from that. Jen was pushing the ball up the floor, and they got a steal. And then they scored a 3-point play after that, too. And so there were a couple of things down the stretch that didn't go our way. But, again, she hit 2 big free throws. I talked to her after the game, and she's just a little frustrated with herself because she hasn't shot the ball very well in the last couple of games. And then in shoot-around this morning, we were doing a little shooting drill, and she made like 10 3-pointers in a row. But, again, it's trying to communicate to them that, this is a saying that I use, or an illustration that I use with them a little bit, when it's really a game. And you got to play it like a game. It's almost trying to get them to think it's like recess for an elementary kid. And they just go out, leave everything out. You can't do anything else that's going on outside of the gym, and just relax and just have a good time. And we kind of vacillated a little bit with that tonight.
And going 2-0 on the weekend, still perfect at home. Really, you kind of said it, but what do you take away from this weekend? And, what do you guys still need to work on, too?
Well, in this league with Friday, Saturdays, you need to win the home games. There's no question about that. So we need to continue to take care of our home court. But we also now need to put together some things on the road as well, too. And it's a little difficult when you go on Friday and Saturday. Every team, I could see, I think, you could even see Fort Lewis was a little sluggish, and I think we looked a little sluggish tonight too. But hopefully we can make that more of something we can overcome. And so that's one of the things I think we need to realize, that it's just another game. It's another day. We're going to practice the next day, and you're fine with that. So just kind of keep that mental process going. But we still have to continue to get better at defense. Tonight we didn't have a very good shooting night, and that was really good from the standpoint of Tori kind of picking up the pace and really giving us more opportunities and rebounding. And Anna got some good offense. I think she had 6 offensive rebounds in the time she was on the floor. So those are big key things for us, especially when we don't shoot the ball as well as we normally do, like we did tonight.
Well, there you have it. Head coach Lynn Plett of your UCCS women's basketball team going 2-0 on the weekend. And then after the game against Fort Lewis, 75-71. Coach, great job.
Thank you.